Yeah, so good morning everybody, dear friends of Cloud ERP. Welcome to our live stream this morning, Wednesday, 4th week. And yeah, so after we yesterday dived into Signavio Process Explorer for SAP S4HANA Cloud, then today we will focus on Signavio Process Explorer for SAP Business ByDesign. So that's why I again brought my SAP Business ByDesign cup. Today we focus on that great SAP solution. Which is really loved by many of our customers and also worldwide. So join us on Menti again. Today we have enough time to do our polls as usual and even Q&A if there are any questions. Join us at Menti 41353286. So that is for giving your opinion, yeah. Because at the end we will do a poll again. So that was the poll we did last, I think on Monday. Yeah. It was about end-to-end processes and which are the most interesting end-to-end processes to you. Yeah, so we asked, and this was the result. So for you, most interesting end-to-end processes are lead to cash and source to pay, which are all related to relationships to our business partners. Yeah? Is it customer? Is it supplier? So that is first and second. And then we have this plan to fulfill, which is basically production. Yeah? Record to which isn't too surprising. Okay, I thought maybe production is very famous in Germany, but this is a worldwide live stream, so yeah, maybe even around the world. So, and record to report, which is basically financials. Yeah. So this names of these end-to-end processes are invented from SAP. Typically we say finance, but finance is a line of business functionality. Yeah. So here the focus is on end-to-end, from where to where, no? Record to report, which makes absolutely sense. Yeah. The same with production, yeah, plan to fulfill. Maybe it should be plan production to fulfill production, because yeah, okay, I don't want to be too philosophical even on the first slide. So yeah, these are the names of the end-to-end processes. Then fifth is idea to market. And then sixth, financial planning and analysis. This is actually before the operational financials, also a part of financials. And yeah, then hire to retire, which is also important, of course, but it's maybe not on the top interesting list. And acquire to decommission, it's about asset management basically. Yeah, so how do you acquire assets and maintain them and then manage them through their whole life cycle? So that was your preferences on about what is most interesting to you. So that's also good to know. Yeah. So yesterday we were visiting Signavio Process Explorer, and today we will do that as well. There we go. So if we log into the SAP Signavio Process Explorer, which is, as we discussed yesterday, a collection of accumulated process knowledge of SAP consultants around the world and in many, many years. So why would you even bother to not use it? Yeah. So if you are in any SAP project, why would you not use it? Maybe we can make a poll also about that. So it makes absolutely sense, because it can be reused. What has been working already with other consulting projects and other SAP customers. Yeah. So why don't reusing? Yeah, it makes absolutely sense. So okay, yesterday we discussed about S/4HANA Cloud, which is in the SAP product portfolio part. Here we have this partners which have also contributed to this process accelerators, as we call them also. Yeah. In this library, and here you can see us, AdaPro. So let's click on AdaPro, and there we go. This is what we contribute. Huh? Partner value accelerators. This is what I said. Yeah, it is called value accelerators. It's not called process library or process model. It's called value accelerators, which absolutely makes sense. Yeah, because it contributes to speeding up the realization of value, because that's what you want to do when you implement an SAP system. You don't want to be techie, IT, whatever. You want to realize value for the company. Yeah, and that is the accelerated path. That is why it's called value accelerator. And by the way, as you have seen yesterday, as I've mentioned, yeah, this is only the beginning of all this journey, because there are more to come here. If you look at metrics, for example, this is gray, still gray. So this process models is just the beginning, yeah, of value accelerators. Okay, so it's accelerate and simplify adoption of SAP Business ByDesign Cloud ERP in small and medium businesses for faster time to value using proven best practice business processes. AdaPro best practices will help you to get up and running quickly. So we'll see the benefits of using SAP Business ByDesign in your business fast. So how does that work? Yeah, let's have a look at that and go into that. Yeah, here we have this overview. No? Best practices for SAP Business ByDesign Cloud ERP in small and medium businesses from AdaPro, which is us. Description: accelerate and simplify the adoption of SAP Business ByDesign Cloud ERP. We had this already. And here we go. So we have here a comprehensive overview about all the process, not all, but most important process building blocks of SAP Business ByDesign. Yeah. I don't want to read all of them through now, but you can get an impression. So there's some module of basic data maintenance to create the organizational structure, to define the business partners, to create the material maintenance, and to administer the workforce. Yeah, so service maintenance, open the fiscal years, and configuration and account determination. Even this is described in our how do you do that. Yeah. End-to-end basic data maintenance, which means in which sequence do we do that. And if you think basic data maintenance is boring, I can tell you, in my opinion, much of the success of any SAP project and any process optimization afterwards depends on the basic data management. How good is the quality of your master data actually? Or how good is the quality of your organizational structure? And so on and so on. Do you change that organizational structure in the last minute? No, you shouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm drifting off. So that is, for example, basic data management. Then we have obviously financing. Yeah, it's also financing planning, expense and reimbursement management. It's all integrated in SAP Business ByDesign, which is great. Yeah, so manual and external invoicing, supplier invoicing. Yeah, without purchase order, fixed asset management, cash and liquidity management, financial closing, very important. And maybe this is even the biggest process we have, financial closing. Yeah, with so many steps, potential steps at least. Yeah, because it can include for any industry certain steps. Yeah, so that is financial and this revenue recognition, which is also very practical if you are if you have projects, for example, customer projects. And you need to do this revenue recognition, IFRS, or even in Germany you need to do that. Or maybe this customer contract management. Yeah? If you have customer contracts, you want to do also revenue recognition, and this is automatically. So I don't want to dive into each of these now in detail, just to see what it is look like. And behind each of those we have process models. Yeah, which describe exactly how to do that. And yeah, I'll show one later as an example. Okay, now what do we have else? Package for services for projects, marketing to opportunity, new business with quotes and so on, workforce administration in more detail, professional services package, yeah, how to manage projects, resource management for that, sales for contract management. We have workforce administration, maybe here, yeah, and customer service, service purchasing is important, yeah, procurement of materials for projects, customer service logistics, start package for contract and license management, and module logistics and production actually. So that is like a comprehensive overview of these process building blocks, and now it's interesting what is behind that and how can I use that, yeah, so what can I do. So don't forget, maybe each customer doesn't need everything, obviously, yeah. So this is like, as I said earlier, yeah, maybe as we remember this Carcassonne game thing, yeah, maybe I make that big. Yeah, so this Carcassonne game again, yeah, these are the building blocks, and you can combine them into yeah, like roads, yeah. You can combine them into roads, oops, yeah, and cities, for example. Yeah. And you can, after you've combined them, I cannot do that in the air with too many of these, create a whole individual, yeah, process map for yourself. So that is the interesting part, because then we can export this processes to your Signavio workspace, yeah, and then you can remove, oops, and then you can remove those process building blocks which you don't need, yeah, and focus on those which you want to do in your project, yeah. So what do we have here? So yeah, so you can remove, for example, everything that you don't need, and then do your own individual process map. And maybe even you have additional processes, like something which is outside of SAP Business ByDesign. Well, we have always, in each project, we have some things outside of SAP Business ByDesign, like a portal for buying digital goods, or registering for some trainings, or a billing engine, or whatever. So you can add then in your own Signavio workspace, you can add your own processes actually, yeah? And then have an individual process map for you as a company, including SAP Business ByDesign and including other processes, which is, yeah, really smart, I would say, because then you have many advantages, yeah. Like, for example, you have no problem with compliance, or you can use that process model to prove that you have done compliance and so on and so on, legal compliance, for example. Yeah. It's just one advantage. Yeah. Okay, but how does that work now? How do we use that? So here is this button, request more information. You go to that, and then you go to this landing page we have, yeah, and then you find more information about, yeah. So actually, what do you get? Yeah? If you want this, and so it is more than 300 process building blocks. Yeah. So what we have seen now, this was not 300 on the top, on the surface. It's only the top view. Yeah? There's more behind it. I'll show you later. Yeah, this process content has been created over 13 years of implementing SAP Business ByDesign in many customer projects from practitioners for practitioners. And I think we should consider this. This is most important thing, that it is not from a theoretical lab, yeah, where somebody thinks, how could I model this process? But this has been created from each as a learning journey, yeah, in customer projects. So what do customers, what do the key users of customers, what do the project managers need, yeah, to understand and to visualize this this whole SAP Business by Design solution and their processes. Yeah, so it's from practitioners for practitioners. And that is really, really, really important. Yeah, I could now describe all the differences between a process model which is only theoretical, yeah, from a book maybe. Yeah, it's a good book, yeah, Business Process Management. But sometimes these books are a little bit too theoretical. Okay, they're good books, but be careful. Yeah. The most important teacher is the practice, and this is why it's called best practice process, yeah, and not best theory process. Yeah. So and then also best practice user roles, 32. Even more best practice user roles, which is also important if you introduce SAP Business by Design into your company, into your organization. Yeah, then you want to organize who does what, yeah, in the future, because the processes change. It's a change management project also. Yeah, you have organizational change with it. It's not only implementing an SAP solution and configuring and say here, okay, go. Good luck. No, it is like an organizational change, and this organizational change needs to be moderated and organized, and this can best be done using such a process library, actually, because then you have best practice user roles, you can discuss who does what, and so on and so on. So here are some of these actual advantages you have when using this. These are the advantages we found, yeah, practically in our projects. This is not even complete. Yeah, this is not even complete. There are even more advantages, but let us focus on these for now. Yeah. So one is process comparison. Yeah. Compare your own processes with the best practice processes of SAP Business by Design. This is most important for many organizations, because they think, okay, can I use Business by Design? Can I buy it? Yeah. Okay, then what do? You compare your own processes with the best practice processes from SAP Business by Design, and if they fit, yeah, you can use it actually. You can profit from it. Yeah? If they don't fit, you have two options. Either you change your process to the best practice process of SAP Business by Design, which is also something that organizations do, because they say, okay, this is a best practice process and I want to standardize my processes, yeah, to a certain degree at least. And why should I deviate, yeah, from how to create good automatic invoices, for example. Yeah. How should I do a manual process which is cumbersome, and so on and so on. But that is one option, yeah. And the other option, if your processes don't fit to SAP Business by Design, is don't buy Business by Design. That's simple, yeah. Okay, maybe you can then instead consider S/4HANA Cloud, or I don't know what you. I think these are the best ERP solutions on the market. So if you don't want any of those, I cannot help you. But yeah, and you can also compare the process of SAP Business by Design with those of S/4HANA, yeah, Cloud. And this is actually what we do in this program. Let me jump there. Yeah, here, this is our program, SAP Business by Design versus SAP S/4HANA Cloud. We do compare in this program, yeah, all these processes, because we have from SAP the S/4HANA Cloud processes, and we have our own SAP Business by Design processes, which have been built over the years in Signavio, and we can compare them, yeah, step by step. We have 7 episodes, 90 minutes each. You can join, and after that you understand both solutions and how they relate to each other, what are the differences, what are the similarities, and you will be able to plan a roadmap either for yourself as an organization. If you think about, okay, I have SAP Business ByDesign, for example, maybe I should go to S/4HANA Cloud, but then you want to know, okay, what is the difference? How difficult is this? How do I do the migration, for example? How do I go from SAP Business ByDesign to S/4HANA Cloud? If you consider that, you want to compare the two. So why walk in the dark? Why not use, in this case, use the microscope to compare the two? That's better. Okay, you can join that program, but I want to go back to where did we do? Here. Good. Okay, that is one thing. And the other thing is simulation of processes. Actually, you can simulate processes in SAP SAP Signavio and see how they improve your. You can simulate the cost reductions, for example. I need to do another live stream for that. Simulation of cost reductions, more precise process selection. So you can start into your SAP Business ByDesign project with more confidence. You are not unsure what will happen, because now the invisible thing has been made visible. The software has been made visible to you. Processes. You have a clear scope of the solution. You avoid scope creep during the SAP Business ByDesign project. That is a common problem in many ERP projects. You start off with a certain scope, and then afterwards you think, you can change the scope, and then everything is longer and more expensive and so on. You know that. So everybody wants to avoid scope creep, and this is also what it helps, because then in the beginning you have a clear scope. Integration scenario. It is so important to have a clear understanding of all the integration scenarios, because there's no SAP Business ByDesign project I know that has no integration scenarios to other solutions, be it some customer individual solutions or be it some other standard solutions, interfaces. But for that you need to be precise and clear, systematic. And this relates to processes. I can make a week of live streams about this topic. Okay, acceleration of configuration. If you have done the process decisions, basically the configuration is easy. You can do that we can do that for you in 2 days or something like this. The configuration. If you don't have this process decisions clarifications, you might have configuration, reconfiguration, change of configuration over weeks and weeks, which is really cumbersome. Don't do that. Do first your process decisions, make it as an individual process map for your project, and then do the configuration, and then everything else. Okay. Test plan execution. You have a test plan, then you don't need to think, okay, how do I test? Because every process is a test plan, basically. For you, optimization of roles and licenses. So this is also maybe sometimes customers using more licenses than they need to. You can reduce licenses using this method by optimizing the roles, because that is important. Save some money. Data migration is easily definable because you have a clear scope, and then also the data objects you need to migrate from your old system into SAP Business ByDesign is easier. Go live risk management. You can make risk assessments based on these process models. Even there's a risk management functionality in SAP Signavio. I don't know if you knew that. We can show this also more in the future. Maybe. So you can do risk management. That is very, very helpful for managers, because on go live they get nervous, and then this risk management helps them to get confident again. So, and process optimization post go live. Find options for improving process performance after go live. Actually, that is why you would implement SAP Business ByDesign, because you want to optimize your processes, don't you? And then also decide for improvements. So these are some of these advantages. There's a sample process diagram. You can have a look at that in more detail. So have a look at this. This is a sample process diagram about how such a sample process looks like. It has certain quality criteria, quality aspects, and you can see the steps, you can see the roles, you can see the work centers by which you do that. You can see the business objects, the status of the business objects. You can see the item type, for example, which is the process variant that you can use, which process variants exists, and so on and so on. And this is only one of these process models out of 300. And all of them have a high quality standard. I should say an extremely high quality standard. If you want to create them on your own, you will need years, actually. We needed 13 years, actually. So this is extremely interesting, because then if they have fulfill a certain quality standard, you can use them actually, as we discussed earlier, to simulate, to compare, to prepare your project. And here it is marked what quality criteria of this process model it helps you to do that, and how this is being done. So you can even magnify this, and to see all process variants, for example, as I said. Or you can see the work centers, which is extremely helpful in testing, because it guides the key users. Roles, which roles, who does what, this is all assigned, as a sample. But of course you can change it. If you have your own Signavio workspace, you can export that and import into your. But you have a starting point. You can right away begin your project. You can have test cases, which is the sequence of the activities. The access management also is who can access what, which role is allowed to see which data is also defined as a best practice. You can see the status, which is also something very important of this object, because then you can progress your process. You can use that for doing your data migration definition. And also for Go Live, you have this risk management functionality. You can dive into that also in another. So that is a quick overview about the use cases. This is even not complete use cases. You can have with this process accelerator. Here are more deeper insight into some articles I wrote, and you can read that and translate it maybe if you are English speaking. And you can get your own copy. So here is how you can get your own copy of this business process map, and you need a Signavio workspace, obviously. So, I think time has progressed already. I thank you for, and let us now do the poll. So, join us at menti.com, and if you have not yet joined us, so you can do that poll with us together. The question today is, which use case of ADAPRO process map for SAP Business ByDesign makes most sense to you? So we have discussed now some of these use cases. We have discussed process comparison. We have discussed more prices, process selection. We have discussed clear scope of solution. We have discussed integration scenarios shortly, at least. Of course, in this short time, we can only discuss that shortly. Acceleration of configuration, optimization of roles and licenses, test plan and execution, data migration, easily definable, go live risk management, and process optimization post go live. So join us into that. join us into that poll, so we can see what is your opinion on that. What you think is, so it is 4-1, 3-5, 2-3, 8-6. Okay, so poll is now open and you can give your feedback about which of these use cases of other process map for SAP Business ByDesign makes most sense to you. Yeah. So let's do a timer. How do I do that? Start countdown. So let's give it 30 seconds. Yeah, so we have already some opinions. Still possible to vote for 12 seconds. Take a sip of my coffee in the meanwhile from my SAP Business ByDesign cup. Okay, so the winner is process comparison. Yeah, exactly. This is why we offer this program, SAP Business ByDesign versus S/4HANA Cloud Compare the Facts. Yeah. Clear scope of solution, yeah, that makes sense, because then, yeah, and acceleration of configuration. Okay, that is number 3. I would have thinking test plan execution would be higher. It is level 6 or rank 6. Optimization of roles and licenses, yeah, I agree to that. Process optimization post go live, yeah, this okay, it's interesting. Integration scenario, yeah, in my opinion, this can be higher. And more process selection, more precise process selection. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit duplicate to clear scope of solution, but no, actually the more precise process selection is going into details. Yeah, because as I said earlier, yeah, if we look at, for example, that one here, yeah, we have different possibilities of the same process, yeah, different variants, if you want so, yeah. And these variants, they are all also very decisive, yeah. For example, if you go there and variants here, yeah, variants. It depends very much in your actual, in the end, what process variant you select, yeah. Report usage as billable activity and then do invoice, or first do the invoice and then report usage, or even only invoicing without reporting usage. So this is a major difference in the process actually. And one is select the right process variant. So that is, for example, why it is important also to do more precise process selection. Okay, so thank you very much. It was interesting. Any questions up to now? No. And yeah, tomorrow we will go to the topic of end-to-end processes for SAP Business ByDesign. Join us again tomorrow, 8 o'clock. And yeah, thank you for joining today. I hope you learned something, had some interesting insights, and see you. Bye.